Thank you. That concludes topical questions. The next item of business is a debate on motion 19015 in the name of John Swinney on appointment of a junior Scottish minister. And can I remind members that under Rule 11.3.1 of Standing Orders, the question on this motion will be put immediately after the debate. And I call on the First Minister to speak to and move the motion.
Presiding Officer, the ministerial changes I am making today arise from the resignation on Friday of Jamie Hepburn as the Minister for Parliamentary Business. Jamie Hepburn did not behave as he believed he should have in Parliament last Wednesday and tendered his resignation to me. A few moments ago, Jamie Hepburn offered an apology to Parliament, which, along with his decision to resign, demonstrates the strength of character that Jamie Hepburn brings to his parliamentary service. I would like to thank him for his service in government in a number of different portfolios, and especially for the way he has worked with other parties in taking forward the Parliamentary Business Programme in a collaborative and consultative way throughout his time in office as Minister for Parliamentary Business. I am pleased that Graham Day, who is widely respected across this parliamentary chamber, will now take up this role as Minister for Parliamentary Business. His formidable experience in working with others to create common ground will be invaluable to us all as we complete the business of this parliamentary session. I have also asked Graham Day to continue with his excellent work as Minister for Veterans. I am pleased to welcome Ben Macpherson to the role of Minister for Higher and Further Education, subject to the approval of Parliament this afternoon, to build on the work taken forward by Graham Day. Ben Macpherson was a valued Minister between 2018 and 2023, where he served under my predecessors in a variety of positions, including as Minister for Europe, Public Finance, Social Security and Local Government. To each role, he brought a constructive approach, building coalitions to deliver the government's ambitious and shared agenda. As a backbencher, Ben Macpherson has brought a collaborative approach to Parliament, most recently serving as a member of the Criminal Justice Committee, indeed taking my own place on that committee, and as convener of the SPCB's supported bodies Landscape Review Committee and leading the committee debate on this topic last week. The role of Minister for Higher and Further Education is crucial in ensuring that our education institutions are able to play a full part in delivering an agenda of dynamic economic growth that will benefit all of the people of Scotland, and in ensuring that individuals in Scotland, especially our young people, are able to have access to higher and further education opportunities that will meet their needs and will provide the foundations for their later life. I know that Ben Macpherson will give energetic commitment to advancing this important work and also in taking forward the Government's skills agenda, where we must ensure that we have all of the skills and talent within our economy to support the developments that the Government wishes to see in place. So it's with pleasure, Presiding Officer, that I move that the Parliament agrees that Ben Macpherson be appointed as a junior Scottish Minister.
Thank you. And I now call on Miles Briggs.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, and I'm pleased to speak on behalf of the Scottish Conservatives to the appointment of Ben Macpherson as Minister for Higher and Further Education. For many people in Edinburgh, Ben first came to our attention in the summer of 2004 when he walked from Edinburgh to London to raise awareness of the annual International Day of Peace. And, Presiding Officer, perhaps after the events of the last week, government could indeed do with the qualities of trying to spread peace and love, which I know Mr Macpherson will bring to this role. For those who follow politics, there were two notable ministers who decided to leave the Scottish Government under Humza Yousaf in March 2023, Ben Macpherson being one, and also the First Minister, so both return to government is not surprising. I was elected beside and alongside Ben to represent constituents in Edinburgh in 2016. I know members across the chamber have always recognised Ben Macpherson as a good friend and an MSP who is both respected and rated by all in this chamber. As a proud George Heriot's boy, I'm also sure that Ben will be at the forefront of making the case for continued support for our independent schools here in Edinburgh within the Scottish Government. Ben is a keen supporter of apprentices, and in fact, members may not know this, but Ben served his own apprenticeship in his youth, involved in the Edinburgh Labour Party, doing work experience with the local MSP for Edinburgh North and Leith, Malcolm Chisholm. And like all good apprentices, he then decided to do what many do and went on to take his job in 2016. Presiding Officer, as the First Minister has stated, Ben Macpherson returns to government with significant ministerial experience. On a personal note, I hope this will indeed be his last junior ministerial apprenticeship, and we on these benches wish him well in the role in government.
Thank you. I now call on Pam Duncan-Glancy.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, and I'd like to warmly congratulate Ben Macpherson on his appointment as Minister for Further and Higher Education and welcome him to this vital role. I look forward to working with him again and to enjoying lively discussion as we did previously when he and I were both serving in the Social Security briefs. I'd also like to put on record my thanks to his predecessor, Graham Day, for his service and engagement, and in particular for recently meeting with disabled people to discuss access to apprenticeships, an endeavour that I hope Mr Macpherson will continue to pursue. Presiding Officer, this ministerial role is a role that is crucial to Scotland's future, and one which needs focus and leadership. Challenges that I hope the new Minister will rise to. And where he does this, and the right thing for students, staff and institutions, I assure him that he will find constructive common ground and partners on these benches. Because the challenges faced are urgent. Colleges have seen reductions of 17% in real terms between 21 and 25, with some closing campuses and student and staff numbers in some reducing. And universities face a perfect storm, according to University Scotland, receiving 19% less per Scottish student than they were a decade ago, seeing them shed staff while students are faced with fewer options and in some cases less support. The pressures on institutional sustainability are unprecedented at this time. And on this, I'd ask for the new Minister's early commitment to ongoing discussions with University Scotland and the sector, working to develop a more sustainable long-term financial model and to involving institutions, trade unions, staff and students in this for the greater good of Scotland and a brighter and more prosperous future for the sector. Presiding Officer, we on these benches look forward to engaging with Mr Macpherson in good faith, because Scotland's learners and education providers deserve no less. I congratulate him once again on his appointment and I look forward to working with him in due course. Thank you, Presiding Officer.
Thank you. I now call on Lorna Slater.
On behalf of the Scottish Green Party, I welcome Ben Macpherson's appointment as Minister for Higher and Further Education. This is a critical appointment at a time when Scotland's tertiary education system stands on the cusp of significant reform. I want to recognise Minister Graham Day's power of work and leadership in this area, which has gotten us up to this point. The Tertiary Education and Training Bill presents an opportunity to reshape how we support learners, educators and institutions. We welcome the bill's intention to simplify the funding landscape and strengthen the role of the Scottish Funding Council. The proposed statutory framework for apprenticeships and work-based learning is a step forward, but must be matched by a commitment to fair work, inclusive access and climate-conscious skills development. We are particularly focused on ensuring that the bill delivers for learners who have been historically underserved, those in rural communities, disabled students and those from low-income backgrounds. The Scottish Green Party will continue to advocate for robust student support mechanisms and for a system that prioritises public good over market forces. We note the bill's provisions on governance reform, including the creation of an apprenticeship committee and new expectations for council membership. These changes must embed transparency and ensure that learners, staff and communities have a meaningful voice in decision-making. Ben Macpherson brings experience and a thoughtful approach to this role. We look forward to working constructively with him to ensure that this legislation delivers a tertiary education system that is fairer, greener and more resilient.
Thank you. I now call Liam MacArthur.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Can I start by acknowledging and thanking Jamie Hepburn for the apology he made to the Chamber earlier this afternoon, but also join others in congratulating Ben Macpherson on his appointment. I've known Ben Macpherson his entire time here in Parliament, and he has always been somebody committed to working across parties and across the Chamber, an approach that he took into government during his previous time as a Minister, and something I'm sure he will take forward in this role. I think, as others have observed, the college and university sector are not without their significant, some may say existential challenges at the moment, and that approach, I think, was all the more important in taking forward that work. So, again, I congratulate him and wish him well in this crucial role. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the debate on appointment of a junior Scottish Minister. There's one question to be put. The question is that motion 19015 in the name of John Swinney on appointment of a junior Scottish Minister be agreed. Are we all agreed? Yes. The motion is therefore agreed.